Dear Anthrocon, I'm making this video today for 3 reasons. First reason is to thank you for actually more than one thing. Second reason is to make a request, which I know I don't have any right to make, but I'm going to do it anyway. And third is to say goodbye. I want to first thank you for responding to everyone's request and putting out an official explanation as to why my appearances at Anthrocon were canceled. That was good of you. I'm glad that you did that. I'll read that now for those who didn't catch it. This is from the new acting director of programming at Anthrocon. We originally withheld this information as a professional courtesy to two, but with the ongoing debate, it has become pertinent to make public. I want to sincerely thank you for the how did you write that? Courtesy? A tenure by which a husband, after his wife's death, held certain kinds of property that she inherited. Okay, that sounds kind of nice, actually. I wanted to thank you for being thoughtful of me and trying to be nice and extending this courtesy. But I will be honest here, I'm really not sure who this is being courteous to. Certainly not the people who wanted to come and see my show. Well, I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't have had a problem with people paying their money and then showing up expecting to see my show and then it not being there after they already bought their tickets. So this, keeping this secret thing, it certainly wasn't courtesy to them. And to me, what were my choices? I mean, I go along with you and keep it a secret up until people showed up and then it wasn't there. I can't do that to people. Maybe you can. I can't do that to other people. Forcing me into the position of telling people that you had canceled my show doesn't really feel like a courtesy to me. And since you've admitted that you were going to conceal this from people, somebody had to tell them. So it wound up being me. I mean, I guess I understand how you'd rather, as a business, keep the drama onto somebody else than rather stand behind the decision you made and take it yourself. And I certainly understand how it's ridiculous to think that you'd have to announce every show or event that you weren't, scheduling on your events. That just, of course, that's not something that anybody could expect of you. But a 14-year consecutive main stage popular show that people are expecting to see at Anthrocon just goes missing with no explanation. You were going to keep this a secret? Really? I mean, it seems like it would have been more courteous not to withhold this information from your members. That's just me. I know I didn't have a part in the discussion, but that's my thoughts on that. But continuing on, programming has reviewed the overall attendance of 2 shows over the past several years. Based on this data, we've decided to remove him from the main stage in order to offer more popular programming that requires the more substantial space. And this is true. Admittedly, the last count that was officially done by you guys had my show at just slightly under 1,000 people, which is lower than it has been in the past. So you need to make room for more popular programming, right? Shows that have more than 1,000 people in the audience. But this concerns me. The open mic night, I was there. I helped host that last year. That had about 200, 300 people in it. So is that gone? The charity show, even though it's been growing every year, never had 1,000 people in it. That's gone too. Fox Amore, Pepper, Coyote, I love those guys. I respect them. I love what they do, and I've been to their shows. They don't generally have 1,000 people in their audience. Are they gone? I mean, just for a minute, let's take a look at the Anthrocon schedule from last year. So what is this? 4 hours of empty space here. This is what? 5 hours of empty space? In total, from 2016, there was 25 hours of nothing going on main stage. And you have to cut my show with an audience of 1,000 people because you have to make room for more popular programming? Like what? The nothing show? The main ballroom is empty show? You're gonna take me off stage to make room for the main ballroom is empty show? And you might say, well, there's all this setup time. 25 hours? More than a whole day of empty time, really, to set up? I'm just one guy with one microphone. It takes literally 10 minutes at most to set up my show. And what about smaller rooms? The main stage at Anthrocon is the only room that will hold 1,000 people. You know that, I know that. But even if you decided that I didn't deserve or need main stage, the space at main stage, what about the smaller rooms? There are plenty of them. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't need main stage, doesn't need the space. You move it off to a smaller room, right? But why was I told that I'm not allowed to step foot on any stage at Anthrocon, period, at all? You've got a main ballroom with 25 hours of nothing scheduled. The majority of time you do have something scheduled. It's less than 1,000 people in that room. And you're telling me that you have to remove me completely from any stage at Anthrocon because you don't have room for my show? You know what? Let's move on. Given the continual reduction in attendance over the past several years at his shows, I've decided it would not be an effective use of programming space given other events that are currently planned for the convention. But what you're not telling them is that it was never planned for me to have my own shows this year at Anthrocon. I was set up to be part of 2 main stage shows, and that's all. One of them was a comedy medley between me, Alkali, and Uncle Kage, and the other one was the charity show. And both of those shows are still on the schedule. Both of the shows that you removed me from to save time are still scheduled to happen whether or not I was involved. Removing me from the main stage freed up exactly 0 amount of time from the schedule, but I had to be removed not just from the main stage, but from all stages at Anthrocon to make more room for more popular programming. Here's where I make my request, okay? Anthrocon, please. This isn't about me. This isn't about me anymore. I don't care about me. But please, please, please don't lie about this. Don't lie about this. The members of your convention, the people who wanted to see my show, they're worth more than that. Okay, I don't know if you care about them at all, but I do. And they're worth more than being lied to about this. I'm worth more. I gave you 14 years of consecutive, faithful main stage programming that was very popular. And the people who came to see me patroned your conventions for 14 years. And they deserve better than to be lied to. We both know why this is happening. I'm not going to talk about why or how I know why it's happening because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But you know and I know why this is going on. And please, please don't lie about it. Don't conceal the fact that some of your staff and board members were some of the people who were propagating this fantasy that I'm a Nazi on social media. They were. We can see it. It's there. Please don't conceal the fact that these are generally the same board members and staff members that have wanted me gone from Anthrocon for years now. If you saw on the internet that I'm a Nazi and you believed it, in spite of the fact that you can go through all of my Anthrocon material and you can look at it and you can see that I have not uttered one word of racial bigotry, not one word of misogyny, not one word of Nazi hate speech in all that time, and still believe that I'm a Nazi, just be honest about it. Just tell people that you read on the internet that I'm a Nazi and you believe it in spite of any evidence that it is actually true and you don't want a Nazi on your stage. Just be honest about it. Again, this is not about me. This is about your members. This is about the people who wanted to see my show and are not going to get to see it now. Don't lie to them and tell them that it was just to free up space when you have 25 hours of empty space on your stage and you have no other room that would hold the amount of people that I have at my show according to your own numbers. And don't misunderstand me here, Anthrocon. I'm not asking for my show back. I don't want it back. I actually do not want it back. I would never willingly perform for a venue whose programming is dictated by a hateful minority of crybullies that simply feel less triggered because I'm not in the same town that they're in. You don't have to worry about me. I will not participate in that kind of destruction of our fandom. You can ban me from your stages for whatever reason you want. It's your convention, it's your house, and it's your rules, but at the very least, be honest about it. The furry fandom has been my family for 20 years. It's been your family. They deserve better than to be bullshitted like this. If you want to become the next campus safe space daycare center, then just say so. Just tell people that that's the direction you're going. There are a lot of people out there right now who want answers, including me, and don't lie to them. They know when you're lying to them. Don't do it. Lastly, I truly do want to thank you, Anthrocon. You gave me a stage for 14 years and allowed me the honor of standing in front of thousands of people for the purpose of making them laugh and smile. I don't know if you know how much happiness and joy that actually gives me to know that I had that opportunity. And you guys gave me that opportunity. We may have disagreements now, but I want you to know that I wish you all the success and all the luck in the world. I respect your decision, and I did honestly cherish every moment that I spent on your stages that you allowed me to have. I won't be going back to Anthrocon unless and until the social climate changes. I can't be a part of this hate-filled witch hunting ideology that you guys at this point seem to be embracing. It really hurts me to see that. But whether or not the social climate changes, you've always been good to me. You've always been a wonderful part of my life. gonna miss Pittsburgh a lot. And even if you think of yourself as a business or a convention, I always thought of you as a home. And I'm gonna miss my home. Goodbye, Anthrocon. I hope you'll consider what I've said here today. And I wish you all the best of luck, the best success. And take care.